talked about all the things that you need to do, business plan, et cetera, et cetera. You're saying none of that's done as of yet.
No, I'm saying it's ongoing. It's well underway and it is ongoing.
Because the Premier did come to town and commit to this. I'm just wondering what information she would have had from the Ministry or Metrolinx to make that commitment.
Sorry, was there a question?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
What information? You talk about a business plan,
right,
forthcoming to justify, to do this. But at the same time, the Premier was in Kitchener-Waterloo back in March to announce that this would happen. I'm just wondering what information she would have had from the Ministry or Metrolinx in order to make that commitment to the people of Kitchener-Waterloo.
So I think there's there's a couple of things, and one is we have to, and this kind of came up in some of the questioning last week from members of both of the opposition parties. I think we have to remember, this is really important, I think we have to remember that part of the business we're in, regardless of what party we represent, when we go out to respective communities and we talk about a plan, I think of my own experience over the last 2 years as the MPP for Vaughan. When I got elected in 2012, there was no provincial commitment with a firm timeline to build the Highway 427 extension because of, for example, in my community, because of our government's commitment to infrastructure investments and transportation investments, and because I'd like to believe that I was successful in advocating as an MPP for our community, I was able to say to people when I ran in 2012 in Vaughan, I believe in the importance of the 427 extension. I'm going to fight as hard as I can for it because I know it makes sense.
Right.
So similarly, you would understand as a veteran member of this legislature that there are a lot of things, there are a lot of commitments that governments make, that parties make, that individual MPPs make that are aspirational in nature, because there's a strong sense that we need to deliver on these things. When you factor in what the commute must be like for people living in your community or people who live in Cambridge, like my parliamentary assistant, my good friend, the member from Cambridge, the new member from Cambridge, and others, we know that more work needs to be done. So over the last...
people in Kitchener-Waterloo, when you say this is an aspirational commitment, you know what, you've got a track record of not delivering out there.